So we're going to record some automation into this clip. I've got my bass part here. I've got record enable selected, and I've already done my MIDI parameters. So when I move around my physical controllers, you can see the parameters moving. So how do I record into that clip? Well, it's the key difference between the two different record buttons up here. This record button is the one that we use for recording into the arrangement view. So we can either record audio into the arrangement view, or we can record the way these clips are being started and stopped. That's not the one that we want to use. We want to use the clip recording facility, or the clip overdub, which is this one. That's the session record button, and you can get a bit of info in the info pane when you roll over it. I can't show you both at the same time because it doesn't zoom in. So we're going to use that one. It only records into the track that is record enabled, which is why it's important that that record enable button is pressed. So let's do it. Let's record into this. I'm going to hit that button. It's going to give me a 1 bar count in because I set that in my metronome. Count in 1 bar. And I'm just going to give the parameters a little wiggle. So 2, 3, 4. Notice now I've sort of recorded those parameter values, they've got all little red lights on them. It tells us visually that they have automation. And when I press play, we see them wiggle around. The nice thing about that is that that automation is recorded into the clip. If I play this bass part, I've got a more simple bass line. Then if I play this one, we get the automation. So that can be really useful, having some clips, they're all the same kind of single one note drone, but some clips can have automation recorded in, and some clips can just be standard. So, show you again, let's record a different automation into this one. I've made sure record enable is activated. I'm just going to click that clip. So that's the one that is armed at the time, because it's going to record into the one that is currently active. So that one there. And then when I hit record enable, this time I'm going to start off bright and gradually go down. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And it records for the length of the clip by default. So now we've got two varying styles of automation, the straight one perhaps we'll do one more because I quite like the sound of it with just the harmonic. So let's do that again. We've activated that one, hit record. that's record in. So we've got loads of variations of the same thing. Editing, you'll remember from previous weeks, double click on the clip, and as long as the little envelope button is pressed to show us the clip envelope, we can see that control movement in there. And we can go in and edit it if we want, if it wasn't quite right. You can view the different things that might be, different parameters that might be automated in there. And again, they appear with a little red dot if they have been automated. Depending on the clip, you might have different things automated. And you can go in and fine-tune that. And finally, another little reviser. Remember, we've got two ways of entering the data by hand, either using the pen tool, which is up in the top right corner. That allows us to draw in curves. Or if you take the pen tool off, you get dot-to-dot automation, a bit like Logic. And to get rid of automation, right-click and clear envelope. Remember, they call them envelopes, clip envelopes. Clear envelope gets rid of it, and if you wanted, you could just have a simple A to B. Starts off low and then goes high. So that was using the session record to record into particular clips, whichever one is record enabled and whichever clip is activated at the time. It will record in whatever manipulation you give it, which can then be edited after.